Hello, geeks! Did you get your acceptance letter to Hogwarts? Come on, let's go! So, Hogwarts Legacy finally came out for PlayStation 5, Xbox X Series, and PC. If you're one of the lucky people that are playing right now and took a break to watch my video, thank you. Congratulations! If not, and you're planning on playing on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One, you're almost there. Just a few more months to April, and you'll be playing too. However, if you're one of the people like me that considered every platform and's like, okay, well, it's not an MMORPG, I might as well play on something that I can watch TV while I'm playing, and I don't feel like playing on my PC, so I'm going to get it on Switch. Guess what? We have a lot of time to get our list together for Hogwarts. First item I am going to work on is definitely my pet. But what pet should I take? I have a pet dragon and a pet griffin, but I don't think either are actually legal in the Wizarding world, so shh, don't tell the Ministry. And I'm not a Gryffindor, no matter what the last sorting said. So I don't think having a pet griffin would really work out. I do also have two very adorable, loving dogs that would love everybody at Hogwarts and make great friends. But dogs aren't on the list. So I guess they're going to have to stay here too. I do have a cat, and cats are on the list. However, she doesn't really like crowds, or new people, or commotions. So she probably wouldn't have a very good time at Hogwarts. So I guess she'll just have to stay here and be mad at me when I come home. So chickens are like owls, right? They got talons and beak and feathers. I guess they don't really fly very well though. So I guess they're not owls. So I don't think they'd make a very good companion at Hogwarts, and they're not on the list, so we're going to have to think again. So after considering all the pets that I already own, I think I'm going to go with the pet that I chose in my sorting video a couple years ago, and that is a brown owl. Although the end results of the video put me in Gryffindor, I'm not a Gryffindor. Owning a brown owl would actually be pretty cool. However, what is a brown owl? I Googled it, and came up with a bunch of owls that are brown. So I'm going to go with the great horned owl. When I think of owls, that's actually the first owl that comes to mind, is the great horned owl. We actually have one that lives in our backyard, which is great because he helps keep down the rodent population in our backyard and in our barn and garage, and we don't really want too many rodents around, so it works out good. He gets a meal, and we get a free exterminator. Now, I can't actually own a great horned owl. Firstly, I believe it's illegal to, unless you have a permit. And I don't think he'd be very happy in the house. He might have fun chasing Donut. Who knows? But instead, I'm going to make my own great horned owl. And for that, I picked up some supplies. I bought some floral foam, some square ones for the body, and a round one for the head. I had picked up some yellow plastic eyes to use, but they somehow got lost. So I got googly eyes, which will actually probably be more like me, an animal with googly eyes. I picked up this scarf at a thrift store. It's not really feathers, but it's feathery looking, and I thought it might be good for the chest area. I might actually cover the whole owl in it and then just do a thicker area on the chest. And I have some feathers that I picked up, various colors and sizes. Hopefully that'll work. We shall see. It might come out looking hideous, and you might all laugh at me. And then I picked up a bike brake cable that's going to help it so that we can get the head to move on the owl. And to put it all together, don't tell Jeremy, but we got a hot glue gun. And although this isn't going to be a real owl, perhaps we can turn it into a real owl in transfigurations once we get to school. So let's get started on this owl. For those of you that are wondering, no, I don't have a plan. I'm just winging it. But what I'm first going to do is I'm going to take 2 bricks and an X-Acto knife, and I'm going to create a canal somewhat down the middle. And what the canal is going to be for is to put our wire up through the owl so that its head will move, hopefully, anyways. So So those of you that are playing Hogwarts Legacy, what have been your favorite parts so far, without trying to give too much away? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm not playing until July, when it comes out on the Switch. And my owl is actually going to be smaller than the typical great horned owl. They typically range from 19 to 35 inches tall. And each one of these bricks is about 7.5 inches. And I'm putting 2 together and the ball on top. So I'm estimating about 17 inches, maybe closer to 19. And I haven't figured out how I'm going to be doing the legs. So that might add a couple inches too. So it might just be a small, average size owl. Maybe put a little bit of a canal on the other side. Floral foam may not have been the best choice of foam for making a puppet, but I figured it'll be easier to cut out in theory. It just might not last, but we'll see. As I said, we're winging this. Birds of a feather. That should work, and I think I'm actually going to hot glue this in so I don't have to worry about it later. So time to hot glue. I think I'm going to glue these two together first, then glue the guys on top of it. Does that sound like a plan? It's a plan. It might not be a good plan, but it is a plan. You just have to wait for the glue gun to warm up. If I was smart, I would have done that beforehand. That is why I'm not a Ravenclaw. In all actuality, as many times as I've taken the test to see what house I'm in, mostly come up with Hufflepuff, but my second highest is actually Ravenclaw, and I only got Gryffindor once. I've never been a Slytherin. So what does that say about me? Either A, I'm not evil, or I'm not very ambitious, depending on how you want to look at it. And no, I don't really think that all Slytherins are evil. Stop typing Slytherins. Just keep watching the video. Enjoy. If you haven't already, subscribe. Maybe I'll become more ambitious with more subscribers. So what's the adhesive spell? Gluos Maximus? Gluos Maximus. I don't have my wand yet. Hopefully that works. Basic body structure. And I have 2 bricks left. Okay, so we have the head. Go there. So yeah, I think we're going to put my last 2 remaining as wings. I'm going to cut these in half. So I'm going to try to cut this in half. Gonna need a bigger knife. Why use a knife? And you can use a sword. And we're going to leave the rough edge out to hopefully make the wings go down just a smidge. Right there. And if just a reminder, don't know what I'm doing. I'm just pretending I know what to do. So we got the general foundation of the body. Now we need to do some carving. basic shape of my owl. I'm going to start adding the feathers to the owl. Hopefully it'll make him look like an owl and not just a blob. And I think I'm going to attach the head last. And because I don't want the green to show through as much, I think I'm going to put this over the whole thing and see what happens. And then put feathers on top of this. This is probably like some really expensive scarf. Someone that actually knows fashion is probably cringing right now. What are you doing? Let's see. Where's the end? I know you're here somewhere, end. Have we decided what the spell is to get stuff to stick? Sticky mess? Geeks, I took a little bit of time to think about it, and I decided to change my adhesive from Magic Glue Gun to Mod Podge. That sounds magical, right? So I'm going to hopefully attach the feathers with the Mod Podge. I'm going to start at the bottom and work my way up. I don't know if I have enough feathers. I might run out. We shall see. But I'm going to start with the sides and the back, and then work on the head when we get there. And hopefully we can get this to look cool. So let's start putting on some feathers. Pretty much ran out of feathers. Got most of the way done through the second wing. Didn't start the back, but I did save some for the head. So let's see if we can get the head on, put together. kind of want a little bit extra layer in the front or the face, because the eyes are areas mostly white. So we're going to need some more feathers. Hopefully this works without a wand. Let's try. ASIO feathers. Feathers! So what I did learn while doing this is that it's actually just easier not to even use the hodgepodge and just stick the feathers straight into the foam. I might go over with some hodgepodge afterwards just to make sure that the feathers are secure. So let's get him finished up. So I'm finally done with the feathers. They're not perfect. He still does have a lot of bald spots. But I think he looks pretty good for me not being all that much of a craftsy person. However, he is missing something very important. He's missing a beak. For that, I'm actually going to use some Sculpey. And luckily, I got the multi-pack with different colors because I was thinking that he had a yellow beak. But after confirming the beak color, great horned owls actually have a black beak. So we're going to get some black Sculpey out. Now if I had this to do all over again, I think I would definitely go smaller and not try to go life size on him. But I think he'll definitely look cool when we're done with him. That looks pretty good. Let's see what it'll look like. Like there. So I'm going to go bake us a beak. So we got our sculpty beak out of the oven. It's nice and hard now, no longer pliable. I did add a little bit of white sculpty off camera just to give it some texture. And we're going to put some hot glue gun because I don't know the adhesive spell. Nobody's told me yet. And put it right there. So we have our owl completed. His head kind of moves. What do you think we should name him? Should he be like the owl from the Tootsie Roll commercial, Mr. Owl? Or should we give him a better name? Let me know in the comment section below what we need to name this owl. And what's that? Said if you haven't already, like and subscribe. See you next time, geeks. Bye.